All right, let me just sum this place up in one location. We just passed it called Goats on the Roof. And it's like a little shop, and I think they've got like a little slide or something. But there's literally live goats on the roof of the place. Like, there's like grass, and they like water in it. There's goats up there. That's the world we're living in right now in Pigeon Forge. That sums up where we are. Here's the deal, we were here on time, so promise. This line is no joke, dude. Like, I'm like, look at this, I'm not sure if we're gonna make this. Like, this line, I don't know if like the people, like all the locals are like, yo, this is not how Richmond, Virginia's airport normally is, but I don't know. I don't know how we're gonna make this. Like, gotta wind all the way back up through here. And yeah, it's painful. And this is not because we were late. We were actually here early. I mean, this line goes, look at that, dude. The line goes all the way back there. And then the line up here, once you get up here, it just winds and winds and winds. So we'll see. Hopefully we're not walking to Tennessee. I've been standing all day, and I wore like these like flip-flops, which I don't know. I thought it'd be more comfortable. It wasn't. So I'm putting my shoes on, but check this out. Here's my socks. This is when you know you're in a hurry when you leave. They're the same brand at least, but not the same. I was like, went to the laundry and just grabbed them real fast, and I couldn't find two blacks or two grays. It's a judgment-free zone, okay? I don't need sock hay. Dude, if you've ever been to the Atlanta airport, this freaking place is no joke. Like 5 or 6 or 7 different gates, and so half of it's just navigating where the heck we're at. We landed at the B gate, so we gotta go to the D. And this is, you can walk it, but it's a hike. This is like the hub. ATL is like a huge hub. It's a Delta hub for sure, but it's probably an everybody hub. So everyone connects to Atlanta. We'll get there, I think 10 something tonight. Regina and Scott are picking us up, and we have the 6:30 a.m. breakfast tomorrow. So, oh boy, good weekend. Get out there and hustle and make it happen. Go, like get face to face with your people, you know. See if you can add some value. And people don't remember your talk as much as your touch. So in other words, like how you make them feel. So it's not enough just to like be on a Zoom all the time. Sometimes you gotta freaking get out there and say what up. So the peace. When I say I forgot, I was told I just forgot. Okay, so I have flip-flops. I have kind of my nicer shoes, so, oh boy. I'm trying to figure out the shoe situation at 10 o'clock at night. By the way, we're not in Nashville. Let me also say that. We are in Knoxville. So, like, I'm blindly the blind. I just go wherever I was told to go. But we are in Tennessee, I do know that much. But we are not in Nashville, we are in Knoxville. Don't let me plan the trip. Don't let me lead the trip. Just give me the plane ticket, tell me to get on the plane, and then pull the string in the back and tell me to start talking to it, and I'll talk. That's about all I do. So, welcome to Knoxville, everyone. All right, Scott and Regina, this is the best Uber drivers ever. Appreciate you guys, and man, it's like 11 o'clock at night. We got an hour drive, right, or so?
Yeah.
So we'll be. So I landed. I was like, I actually had no idea where we were going. So I'm like telling the video, we're going to Nashville. Then we land. We're like, actually, we're in Knoxville.
We're somewhere in Tennessee.
We're as long as we're in Tennessee, I think we're good.
So you're gonna wind through the Smoky Mountains.
That's right. Here we go. Here we go. What up? Good morning, Knoxville, Tennessee. We're freaking loving us here. We're actually waiting for them to text us where the heck we're supposed to go. So I've been texting everybody at the retreat. I'm like, what's the address again? So I think they went on a hike. They probably still on their hike. So we don't know where we're going, but we're just gonna kind of drive around, get a feel for Knoxville. This place, by the way, and I say this with all love to Knoxville, okay? It's like a carnival, but it's like a city made out of a carnival. It's the craziest place I've ever seen. We're gonna go to the carnival here for a second. Let's go. Look at this, dude. You gotta get that, dude. So Knoxville, I feel like I owe you a huge apology. We're actually not in Knoxville right now. We're in Pigeon Forge, but Pigeon Forge, this place is weird, dude. I'm sorry. It's nothing personal. It's just a strange place. But Knoxville, I'm sure you're amazing, and we'll go visit there. And also, this does go to say that we don't know where the crap we are or where we're going. So hopefully this map's gonna take us there. But sorry Knoxville. Thank you, Pigeon Forge. All right, let me just sum this place up in one location. We just passed it called Goats on the Roof, and it's like a little shop, and I think they've got like a little slide or something. But there's literally live goats on the roof of the place. Like there's like grass, and they like water it, and there's goats up there. That's the world we're living in right now in Pigeon Forge. That sums up where we are. I do not trust this map, and I do not trust these back roads, dude. It's a 20-minute drive that could be. It's like sending us all over on this map. Come on, Siri, you gotta pull through. Where are we, bro? How did they find this freaking house in the middle of the freaking nowhere?
Well, hello there. I'm not leaving
Oh, look,
yet.
it's my car.
I'm not leaving yet.
You guys know any from
How are you?
Tennessee we can hang out with?
Good to see you.
What's up?
How are you?
I was expecting Justin Prince, but this guy looks a
I
little
know, I
smaller.
mean-
Is this him?
What's up, big dog?
What's up, bud?
How you doing, bro?
Good to see you.
Thanks
I'm
for
leaving
having
this.
us.
I have to leave in a little bit.
Are you serious?
I know, right?
What's up, dude?
I'm so sorry.
I get here
I
and
know.
she's.
I
was like,
Justin's
when's
coming.
Justin coming? I'm out.
leaving.
No. We found it. Siri did not let us down. When my maps were flashing blue, I was like, I don't think flashing blue is a good sign. And it was showing us circles. We found it.
Back to the wall. Yep. All the way back.
Back's been a little tight, so as we've been traveling, it's tightened up. So my man Dr. B here, freaking square me off. It's one thing I love about our business. People with big servant hearts, huge expertise, willing to kind of get you all cracked up and like stretch or massage through the muscles. And
Realigned.
that's right.
Right on.
Appreciate you, bro.
You bet.
Thank you so much, to the man. I'm a product of great women, and it's really interesting in our business. Like our business, we have a ton of incredible women. And like my wife's unbelievable. My mom was incredible. I was raised primarily by a single mom. My grandma was like a little angel on earth. I swear, it was the craziest thing. I look at, I'm like, is she an angel or is she real? And she was such a little sweetheart. She was a former nurse. She was amazing. And so I was like raised by this heritage of amazing women. And now I get to go pour into a ton of women, you know? And I think sometimes like, what if my mom would have had all of us during those years? You know, we got divorced when I was 12, she got divorced. She truthfully held on a lot of those years, you know? And I think, what if my mom would have had us? Like had all me, you, our leadership, our pouring into her during those years. Those were some lean years, you know, some really challenging years. So anyway, that's a little introspective. All right, does anyone know what the biggest tree in the world is? What's the biggest tree in the world? Does anyone know? Okay, what's up? These guys know their trees. It's actually called General Sherman. That's the name of the tree. It's a giant sequoia tree in the redwood forest. And General Sherman is over 2,000 years old, and it grows by 50 feet a year. Wow. In its width, its root system, and its height. So 2,000 years later, this thing's still growing 50 feet a year. I mean, come on. Outside of the Great Barrier Reef, it's probably the largest living organism in the world. And it's been struck by lightning, it's been lit on fire, and it's still 2,000 years later, that thing's still going, you know? So it basically has infinite potential to grow. If you were to take General Sherman, or in this case, a baby giant sequoia tree. So it's a giant sequoia tree in potential, but it's a baby. And you were to put it in a bonsai dish. Does anyone remember like old school OG Karate Kid? Yep. Yeah. Mr. Miyagi, the whole thing? So remember his little bonsai dish that he would clip those little really fine clippers? So if you put a giant sequoia tree in a bonsai dish, a 2-inch bonsai dish, you'll have a 2-inch giant sequoia tree. If you take it from that and put it into a 5-gallon bucket, guess what you'll have? A 5-gallon giant sequoia tree. Take it from a 5-gallon bucket into a 20-gallon bucket, guess what you'll have? A 20-gallon giant sequoia tree. It has infinite potential to grow, but it's limited by the size of the bucket. Have you guys ever felt that in your heart? You're like, I got it. then you're like, but I'm stuck. Like, what's going on? Like, you feel like you're limited somehow, or it's just not happening for you. And even though in your soul, you're like, I know what's in there. Like, what I want to do is see if we can, like, during just kind of our couple hours today, is just see if I can help you go to like either a bigger bucket or even better, like just plant you, boom, in the redwood forest. Like, let's go. You guys understand that what the business that we have is the redwood forest. Like, there's no potential, there's no limit to what you can accomplish here. You can grow into your full, whatever you want to grow into, you can grow into that here. But we have to sometimes, we are limited by both our mental stuff and then also some of our practical actions that we're taking. So how are you showing up in your business? By the way, how are you showing up in your marriage right now? I had a woman come and pull me aside yesterday. Fit. This girl is fit. Little tiny thing. She's an instructor. And she goes, my husband's, he's not in great shape. He's in good shape. He's in good shape. Not great. He's in good shape. And she's like all diced up, And she goes, can you give me some advice? She goes, I know you're not a marriage counselor, but just talk to me like leader, you're a husband, you're a man. Tell me. She goes, I think I'm too hard on my husband. Like, I think I ride him too hard. Like, you need to get in shape. You need to get in shape. You need to get in shape. And she goes, I feel like I'm like kind of beating him down. And I'm like looking at her like, yeah, you probably are. And I go, listen, what if you start complimenting all the things he's doing well? Like, what if you start saying, hey, sweetheart, I just want you to know how much I appreciate that. Robin says this. He says, turn your expectations into appreciation and your life changes in an instant. Like, what if we go home and we're just positive, dude? We're not a subtraction to people. We're building them up versus tearing them down. Always be looking to add value to your people. You're a person of value who adds value to others. Your greatest resource in your business is your people. And so you're always looking to like, how can I add value? How can I have them help breakthroughs? How can I help them go to the next level in their life, next level in their career, next level in their thinking, get them into a bigger bucket where they grow into their full potential. And that's why I love retreats like this. So we just finished our first session, getting ready for the second one. This is when you kind of come to life, is when you can actually, get eye to eye with all your key people. According to research, what are the first 3 things you touch in the morning? Guess what number 1 is? Number two, before you've even touched your face, you've touched goes phone, coffee, toothbrush. Okay, this is what we're gonna get into. His question was, what if it's something beneficial? Because here's what I wanna encourage you to do. The first at least 10 minutes that you're awake, I want you to listen to something positive in the morning. Listen to something positive. Now, typically you're finding that in your phone. Fantastic. So here's the discipline that I'm encouraging you to do. Discipline number 1, your phone doesn't come in your room. How many of you, your phone is your alarm clock? You know what I'm saying? You're like, yo, bro, I can't have it in the other room. Phone's not in the room. Get an alarm clock. Best investment you ever make. First thing you touch, your alarm clock, turn it off. Okay, got it. Roll over and freaking kiss your spouse or whatever, right? Before you've touched your phone. How many of us are like, lower the dimness, pull the thing over, like, we're already on Instagram Reels, dude. So, by the way, I'm not judging. This is a judgment-free retreat, okay? Because I've done it too. So here's the point. Your brain works on wave cycles. It works at 10.3 wave cycles per second early in the morning. It's when your subconscious is the most rested. Even if you're kind of like, your subconscious is ready to roll, okay? So what you want to do is write 2 words in your notes. You want to listen with what I call relaxed belief. Believing that it's possible for you. People have said to me sometimes, they're like, how do you know all these quotes? Like, how do you always just like remember all these? I'm like, dude, for 20 years of my life, every single morning, I've just poured all this stuff in my brain, After a while, it kind of sticks. Some of those things, So the point I'm saying is, first 10 minutes at least, pour. For most of us, we wake up and it's just like a fire drill. It's like, kids, let's go! And we're like, then they finally like get them to school. And you're like, whew, okay, I'm good, What's that? Relaxed belief. Believing it's possible for you. Just listen, let it soak in a little bit, let it marinate. You can't give what you don't have. You can't pull water out of a well with no water in it. Pour some in your mind a little bit. First 10 minutes of the day. Okay. Create that 10 minutes, create it. So wake up a few minutes earlier, go to bed a few minutes earlier so that you have time to just pour some positive in your mind. So his question was, how do I use my phone positively? It takes so much discipline to not go to your text and not go to your social and not go to your email. So literally what I've done, I go like this, I just open it and go right to Audible. Like I'm just like click, because I don't even want to see anything else, dude. Because if I see it, it will suck me in. I don't have enough discipline to like look at it. Because I'll see the messages, Sam hit me, I'm like, what's up? Now, I'm going to get back to Sam, don't get me wrong. But I'm going to get back to her in an hour. The fire can wait, I promise, just how it works. So if you're going to go to your phone, that's great, but pour some positive. I would really encourage you guys, no phone in the bedroom, dude. I'm telling you, it will change your freaking whole life. Holy cow.
All right, if you could briefly explain how Justin's talk is going so far, we'd love to hear it.
All right. Well, when you get people in a room and it's not on Zoom and it's actually really elbow to elbow, face to face, eyeball to eyeball, you get things that you cannot get when you're on a phone call or even when you're scrolling through social media on Zoom. And I think what everybody's getting here is not just a feeling of connection and unity, but they're getting hope for their dreams in a whole different way. They're taking the lid off. You know, that's what Justin does so well, is he uses stories and he uses his knowledge that has so much wisdom in it. We were talking about how knowledge, you know, you can get knowledge from reading a book, but wisdom only comes from experience. And Justin has so much wisdom, and he just takes the lid off for people. He, you know, when he talks about that bonsai tree in the bucket, you know, and the sequoia tree being the biggest tree in the whole entire world, but if you put it in a bucket, it's only going to grow to the size of a bucket. And so he just takes the lid off for people in a way that is extraordinary, and everybody here, their life is going to be changed because they were here. It's amazing.
I think one of the biggest things that I take away from this is that when Justin's in front of us and speaking, we feel a connection to him, but you also feel like I could do that. And I think that's an important piece to leadership, that some leaders, they speak over you, and I feel like Justin really speaks to you, where you come out saying, okay, I get that, and now it's just about going out and doing the actions.
Absolutely. It speaks into people.
So the nerves of anxious are the same as excited. It's the same, like I'm scared is the same, it's the same emotions of like, I'm like fired up. It's like before a race. But the same concept, the same concept, but it's what I call convert the hurt. Convert the hurt is like you convert from like pain to fuel, or from fear to fuel. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like a solar ray converts sun's energy into energy. A solar panel. A wind turbine converts wind energy into energy. And so you, like, the fear that you feel or the pain when someone's like, you can't do it, it's like you just, instead of you like having it crush your dreams, you convert it into fuel to fuel your dreams, to drive them. We just finished the training section. It just reminds me, like, what we do is so much bigger than like sell products, you know, changing people's lives, like giving people confidence and courage and the ability to go to the next level in their lives. And it's just so powerful, like the generational impact that these people are having on themselves, their families, and kids, the whole thing. So it's just so cool. I love being at these because it reminds you why you do what you do, it reminds you why you love what you do, is, you know, being here with people. It's amazing. Story's not your struggle, your story's how you overcame your struggle, and the bigger the struggle, the bigger the story, the bigger the struggle, the more applause you're gonna have when you cross the stage and then get to the victory. Because people are counting on you to play big. People are counting on you to live a life of significance. People are counting on you to go for your dreams, go for your goals, make things happen. People need you. Like, they need you to play all out. They need you to give all that you've got. Like, your playing small doesn't serve the world. So we love you guys. We're proud of you. I can't wait to meet you in person. So here's the concept. I was reading a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And it says what poor people do is they have an income and their income pays the bills. I remember reading this and I was like, that's not what poor people do. That's what I do. And I was like, I'm not like poor. Like maybe live on the street or something. That's what I do. Does that look familiar at all? Like make money, pay your bills? Yep. So it's like, okay, here's what rich people do. I turn the page, it says rich, and I'm like, I like this page more already. And it says they have an income, and I was already like, wait, that's just like poor people, you know? Their income builds assets, and their assets pay their expenses. I'd never even heard the word asset before. I didn't even know what that was. I had no idea. Now, his definition of an asset in the book was something that generates cash for you every month, regardless of whether you continue to exchange time or effort. Does that make sense? So in his definition, would your house be an asset? No. Because even if you paid the house off, you still got property tax, utilities. You're like pouring cash into it versus it's pouring cash out to you each month. Does that make sense? Okay. So if you had a rental property that's paying you every month, then that would be an asset because it's actually paying you cash every month. So I was just like, how do you build assets, dude? I'm in, you know. Way number one is you can put people to work for you through a business. Way number two is you can put money to work for you through investing. So your loyalty is misplaced. He says you're loyal to the company. He said yes. He goes, your loyalty lies with your people, your team. If you can't put your team in the best place to hit their goals, their dreams, their objectives, he says you have an obligation to leave. And then he said your loyalty lies with the single mom you talk to tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. If you can't put her in the best place to hit her goals, her dreams, and objectives, you have an obligation to leave. I would add now, 16 years later, that your loyalty lies with your family. If your loyalty lies to your spouse, your kids, that's where your loyalty lies, right? Okay. So do you guys realize where my loyalty lies? It's all you guys, dude. It's my team.
Which were your family?
Yeah, of course. Like, but my point is, I'm here to serve you guys. Like, just theoretically, heaven forbid, but if Modere just all of a sudden just fell off the rails, my loyalty is with you guys. And like the asset we're all building together, like the relationships and the asset, like as far as I'm concerned, we're set for life because of the relationships. So, amazing night. We've just been out in the back deck out here, just talking and jamming and dreaming and thinking and training and just pouring into the people, you know, such incredible people, such high character, high value people. And I was out there, I don't even know what time it is, like midnight or whatever. And Jen's like, did you yawn? She's like, I saw you yawn because I've been going, you know. So to me, it's like an honor to be able to serve. You know what I'm saying? It's like an honor to be able to come here, and because I have people that poured into me. Aristotle said, if I've seen further, it's only by standing on the shoulders of giants, and that's what's happened to me. So it's be able to come here and add value to people. So appreciate you guys coming on the journey. Make sure you like and subscribe and share and